Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Just give me a second. Let me make sure we're all good. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Tuesday. Cool. Hey Flopsky, how are you? So today I really enjoyed the last stream. Again, VOD watchers, after the fact, I will timestamp this for you down below. But yeah, I really enjoyed that live stream that we did on Thursday, wasn't it? So I think we're going to come back through the city centre here. Hey Brassack, welcome to the stream, mate. Yeah, there's kind of just bulk mass green city zone in here. We referenced it on the weekend. Or before the weekend. As a possible site for further renovation to the Mehmet Ali Bariska Memorial that we did last stream as well. Hey documentary guy, how are you, mate? The weekend was good, Flopsy. How was yours, bud? How was yours? So I think we'll grab all of this to do it. I'm thinking here, because this is very much city centre here, something we haven't really built before would be like a dedicated museum plaza, for which there's quite a few museums in the game now. So I think we could probably have quite a lot of fun with that concept. And I think right here in the city centre, right? This is a good place for a museum district, I think. I'll likely take this green cities out as well. Although a lot of this is going to be zoned, so we'll just let that disappear naturally. No way you're back in Nubia build? Yes, I hope that's a good no way. Not a bad one. Yes, we are back in Nubia. I really enjoyed, I was just saying, if you missed it on the stream, that I really enjoyed the renovations we did on Thursday. Something quite satisfying to be had for applying a little bit of quality of life mod to a pure vanilla build, which Nubia very much is. And we'll trim this path back as well. And those rocks. Hey Tommy. Tiago Mendes, hello, cheers from Brazil. Hello Tiagos, how are you, buddy? I was live in Brazil on a Tuesday. Caught a stomach bug on a weekend away. Awful weekend and surprised I was able to fly home yesterday. Oh, that sucks, Flopsky. That, yeah, that really sucks, mate. Never fun to get ill, but especially while you're away. Like, devastating. I hope you're feeling better. I have a bit of a bad stomach today, actually. Maybe we caught the same bug. Flopsky. Did you come on holiday here? Did you catch it from me? Maybe. Hey, Bad Wolf, you've missed it. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, there's something... I think I've explained this before, but Noob Yoke wasn't particularly like a fully planned build. The idea was that it would be maybe like 5 or 6 episodes to kind of get you past the start of a city. And then you can kind of use your own ideas and then, you know, flow into your own build. But the Noobs Guide format just worked kind of so well for it, you know? So I was like, well, why do we just keep building it then? Let's just keep going, you know? So these are the Shibuya museums I'm using here, by the way, just to mention that. There's also the department store, which I might use, although we'll put that in after the fact, I think. And then the Harado City Museum can also be here as well. Good afternoon from Preston. Hey, Stephen. Not far away at all, mate, Preston. Just popping in to say hi. My lunch break. Can't stick around today, fortunately. Catch me in the VOD. Cheers, Lemmy. Enjoy your lunch break, bud. What is for lunch if you're still here? Like maybe I ran past you in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Maybe. Yeah, I was at Myrtle Beach over the weekend. So in terms of a connection, I definitely want to feature these little sunken plazas quite prominently. Possibly 2 of them. What happens if we fuse these? Are they fusible? I imagine they are, or it might not make an awful lot of sense. You go up the stairs to go back down the stairs. I'm not sure. What do we think of fused Shibuya Plaza? You could even do 4 of these if you want. Or a 3x3 grid, you could take it really just... Well, you could do 3x3 and then hollow out the middle with a different plaza, although how you would get that connected, I'm not actually sure. Cheeky Greg's for lunch, a state bake. A classic Lammy. Classic state bake, can't go wrong. An international destination, I guess, if you like golf. Can't say I'm a big golf person, EMB. Sorry, not EMB. EMB's just come in, that's why I've got EMB on the brain. Welcome in, EMB. But yeah, I'm not a big golf person, Flopsy. Hey, Riley. How are you, mate? That's been a while. It's nice to see you. I'm not going to do it, but I just want to see what it looks like if we put this into like a quad formation. Then again, I might do it. Who knows? It might really tickle my fancy. We'll see. Hey Jude, how are you? Hey Mr. Sunshine. Catching a live stream for the first time in a while. It's nice to have you here, Sunshine. Thank you for stopping by to say hello, mate. I mean, that looks really cool in the middle, doesn't it? That does look really cool in the middle. Should we do that? I think maybe 2x2 is the play. I think we might go for that instead, you know. As a note as well, Project Skylines is also back in production. That's what I'm working on this week. I'll show you a little teaser screenshot of that later. Mordor is massive. really converts over. A lot larger than a lot of the other towns do. Do we want to factor in a campus museum in here as well? Any preference? Technology, art, or science? Place a young linden in the middle of the plaza with a planter. That's a great shout, actually, documentary guy. Any planters we've got that I'm possibly forgetting? Do it in one of these. Oh, you know what? That might be amazingly simple, but incredibly effective. Just use move it to grab that tree in. Like that. It does look pretty nice, that, doesn't it, to be fair? We'll leave it in there with him for right now. The science one is nice. I think the science is like the chunkiest of them all, isn't it? Which is really what I want in downtown here. Imagine we'll feature some pedestrian road here in some form for connections. Possibly here, actually. I think I can start to see how this is going to piece together here now. Let's grab these central plaza configurations and pull them down a little bit. Looks very elaborate, doesn't it, just? Oh, I forgot the tree. Oops. Let me grab the prop in the tree again. Come into the middle, please. Again, an idea I'm probably going to steal for William now. Which is fine. We've got a lot of sandstone pedestrian road in New York, haven't we? We'll stick with it then while it's in the city centre. Definitely can't pedestrianise this road, otherwise I would have carried it down, but that's a major arterial into the city centre, we can't change that. Could feed this pedestrian road straight under the highway, actually, and bring it in to connect with this monorail. We can do that. Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? I like that. And then we'll snap to 90 degrees from this road so we can start to pedestrianize this over here. Get a little sense of the plaza level here, shall we? It's a shame you can't walk down there. Could separate them slightly. Should we do that? So there's a walkway in between so you can get down to the central column. The Linden also isn't central, I'll change that. It's a really nice building, this one from Shops of Shibuya though, isn't it? Really nice building. We might bring some of the associated commercial around here as well, actually. See what we can do with it. Oh, metro layer as well. Hello. Wonderful scenes. Pedestrian area should be pretty close here. Yeah, there you go. Straight across the street here. Probably this whole block is going to end up with some sort of pedestrian access. Path in between maybe with the tree line. It's a good shout, Dave. I guess we'll really want to separate them all, won't we? Rather than just the sides. So we pull everyone down. Oh, there is some pretty nasty dimensional tearing around that asset actually when it gets too close, isn't there? I'm guessing because it's sunken down, it might be messing with the terrain. See, I think I'm going to try it anyway. I think I do prefer it the other way. Because having them separated breaks this little central diamond configuration, which looks very nice. You could also node control that pathway as well. Bring it down to 50% on each end. Then I guess I'll fit the plaza to the path, I suppose. I'll just pull that in. There's a bin in the middle of the stairs there. But as that, I mean, that does look really nice with the pathway going down it, doesn't it? That looks very, this is like inner city, if we can get this in the inner city foreground, like that's amazing. I really like that. Even the tree is centralized. We'll have to change the, unless we do like a circle or something in the middle. Screenshot there. Yeah, that is that, isn't it? We got a screenshot of that. Metro even came by as well. I'm not sure, everyone. I am genuinely torn on that. Whether or not I want them together. Or with a pathway in the middle. Hey Noobs, how are you, mate? Nice to see you. I'll complete the pattern. We might as well. 50% here. 50% there. Really wish Node Controller had a copy and paste function. Make my life dramatically easier. Doing some party work, yeah, and we're playing with the idea of a museum square in the city centre of Nubia. Renovating what was previously just bulk zoned green cities. Right, let me grab nodes. And you will all come pretty much in the middle. Yeah, we've used 4 of these together, Noobs, and now we've gone down a pathway of node controlling paths to be significantly thinner. But we're getting nasty tearing here though with this asset, aren't we? It really doesn't like being this close. Unless we just make it so bad it disappears. We'll go down that route. And then I guess I'll bring these over this side as well. And then these two. There's definitely something here. I feel like we're onto something. Right, let's take a walk through, shall we? And these are from the shops of Shibuya content creator pack. No mess. Let's sort the tree as well while we're here. Yeah, I would have node controlled the middle, which I might actually still be able to do now. Pull them closer. Oh my god, that looks so good. Look how it's cutting into the asset here and that, and like filling the texture in. God, that's amazing. Everyone remember this for William. This will happen again. I guarantee it. And then we'll do... drop some trees. They will hit the middle tree if they're crossing straight over. But I am willing to live with that. Maybe control H to pad nodes. Yeah, it probably does want a big node reset actually, Dave. That's a good shout. Oh, random sky flick. And buildings as well, actually. Everyone to the central node. Yeah, that did change it a bit there, didn't it, Dave? Good call. I got that one. Definitely need to steal this design. Yeah, you could take this in like we were talking earlier, Nomus, before you got here, of maybe doing it like in a 3x3 grid and then hollowing out the middle, maybe with your own custom plaza, because I think you'd struggle to get it connected without it looking weird. But yeah, you can do quite a lot with this sunken design, can't you? And again, I'll always champion layers of depth. Looking down into the city and seeing like an open metro or a sunken plaza like this in this case is always very powerful. Don't think I'm familiar with this city. I think Orchid Bay might be the first one I watched. Yeah, so this is the one that just ended as Orchid... Well, this city was replaced by Orchid Bay, essentially. It's a Noobs Guide series, so it's very tutorial focused, quite a slow gameplay pace. It's a 25 tile build. Built on the Diamond Coast map from the base game. It's like walking you through from building your first interchange. This was the start of the city. It's like very simple suburbia, arterial flow. And then we spoke about how to build like these big elaborate four-way interchanges. Because there was like a really horrible vanilla Y intersection here when the map starts. And then everything in between. Your downtowns, your nightlifes, your marinas, bridges, ring roads, zoos, farms, airports, like everything that you need to know to play CS is in this city. It's a nice build, and just on live stream, we came back and renovated with new DLC and a couple of quality of life mods. Which turned out really nicely. So much so that I'm doing it again, because I had a lot of fun on Thursday, streaming Noobs. But yeah, I think they've got a few Noobs Guide series watchers. They might be able to recommend the series to you. I do say at the start though, like this is definitely like intended if you are brand new to the game. I talk to you like you're very simple sometimes. Like this is a node. This is where your roads are. But you know, it's meant for like the brand new player. So it's good. I enjoyed recording this series. I'll do the same again for Cities 2 as well, when the base game is a little more stable. And the Noobs Guide is appropriate. I think I'm just gonna end these paths at the edge of the plaza. And then in terms of the outer edge, I'm not sure what we'll do with it because it's a bit of a a harsh concrete edge at the minute, isn't it? Man looking at that dog bone interchange or stepping back in time. Hey Tess, welcome to the stream, mate. How are you? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Sunshine, right? It's, when was it? 2023? I think this city was built. So it would probably be 3 years old in the spring, probably. I want some other design to border it. I think maybe we'll go part life planters and palms, maybe. Something with colour at least. We'll formulate a design and then copy and paste it, I think. And how about we match it here? So this brown segment of the planter. And we could go bamboo. Maybe a bamboo planter. What does that look like? The assets we're working with, I guess, are technically Japanese, so it's appropriate, possibly. It's how I learned to play CS, this and New Zealand. Glad to hear that, Dave. I've learned so much about this game watching channels like you, City Planner, but I never play it. My old cheap laptop computer says no and can't be bothered to build a console. That's fair enough, Gaza. There is always the GeForce Now experience. Nvidia's subscription service where you essentially hire a PC through the cloud. A lot of people have had good success with GeForce Now. So that might be something I've used too. We'll connect that there. We don't want a traffic light here though. Busy arterial road, that one. That's not too bad actually. Remember, this has been a lot busier than it actually is now. Bamboo planter? I think so. I think I'm on board with it. I think I enjoy it. Do you have a favourite part of this city? Mine was the Green Cities Bowl. The Green Cities Bowl, yeah, that was a good build, wasn't it? How to challenge your terrain or something like that, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a fun little build, this. My favourite bit of Noob Yoke? Good question, Morph. I would say this windmill interchange is very satisfying to look at. And the first time I properly felt like I'd nailed an interchange. But I think probably the sunset view from the Noob Yoke estate can't really be beaten for me. We go ahead and pop it down over here. A little bit further over, please. There you go. Yeah, oh, especially with the plane. Silhouette of the plane as well, leaving the airport. Probably this one. This is probably my favourite build, mostly because of the view. This little seaside resorts, kind of historical estate, if you like. Yeah. Probably go for that one more. I feel like New York was 2022, wasn't it? Thought about it in a recent stream. Yeah, we did. I think I caught the VOD. It came after my beloved Novaria. Because Novaria only ran for like 6 months. Novaria wasn't a long build at all. For obvious reasons. But, yeah. So yeah, New York would have come pretty quickly because of Novaria's runtime, basically. New York ran for quite a while, didn't it? I think a year. We were doing planter designs, weren't we? Are we happy with bamboo? I don't know if I want palms though. Definitely content creator palms. double date palm is a bit much. Maybe just the one. I've never heard of GeForce Now before. That'd be perfect. Yeah, Gaza. So you essentially it's a subscription service with Nvidia, and they will basically you use the power of like a 50, 70 big beastie PCs through the cloud. So you run your games through these server-hosted computers rather than your own machine. If you just go on the website, it's easy to set up. But my king of tech support in the Discord lands does naught but champion GeForce Now, so it comes highly recommended by tech heads, essentially. So you might find some use out of it, mate. I wouldn't mind having this connected just for symmetry, but I actually might do these connections with pathways instead, because if one side isn't equal when all this central bit is, it'll do my head in. So we'll do path connections for this. Yeah, I'll give it a little bit of room just in between the asset here. And we could come off and out to the side. I'll end up disturbing some commercial from last episode, but it's nothing I'm overly precious about. And then you coming under. You do go slightly off. Which is fine, I suppose. Unless you bring it straight down like that. That could work. Obviously the nodes are horrifically high here. Very close to the highway. And then we'll just slide. Oh, come on. Give me the pillar. I actually use that as a wall. If I just did repeated pillars here. Is this essentially prop retaining wall? Sort of is, isn't it? I'll do it there. Does GeForce allow mod jet? Couldn't tell you, Dave. I'm not familiar with the service to know what it does and doesn't allow. I just know what it does. But yeah, I'm not sure if it does allow mods. I think we'll go with the palm. Start to focus on the symmetry in the central plaza here a little. I don't know your nationality, guessing you're from the UK. I gotta say that listening to is like soothing UK version of listening to Matthew McConaughey. Is it really, Tanner? I've never been compared to Matthew McConaughey before. Yes, I am from the UK. Although we were talking the other day that my accent might be a little warped, I suppose, is the word. I'm from the north, near Manchester, and then I lived in London for 3 years, and then way up north for the last 10, where everyone sounds like a farmer. So my accent has had a lot of different influences. Some of my pronunciations, plus the fact I can barely speak English. It can be challenging sometimes, but I'm glad you can take soothing Matthew McConaughey-esque tones from it. I appreciate it. A little drink of hot water here as well, actually. Alright. Yeah. Maybe the pathways through the Plaza complex should be sandstone if IMT is present in the build. That's a good shout, documentary. Yeah, we'll try some sandstone fillers, for sure. Let me configure touch more bench. Line them up on the edge. Alright everyone, getting lost in planter detailing here. But it'll be worth it. Give me that bench. There we go. And then there. Hey Egg, long time listener, new subscriber, cheers from Canada. Hey YM2179, nice to meet you. Welcome into your first live stream. I often get told I need to enunciate my words a lot better, especially from new subscribers who are listening to me for the first time. But it's just, it's how I talk, you know. It's hard. It's hard to get out of that habit. But they are right, I do mumble a lot. Like if I'm speaking to Southerners, a lot of the time they can't understand me. Because I'm talking fast northern mumbling. They're like, what? What are you talking about? You talking to me? It's like, yeah, I am. You don't understand what I'm saying? But it's fine. I should be better, really. I need to pronounce my T's and R's a lot more clearly. Morning, Mango. Or Mongo. How are you, mate? Texas, Manchester. How different are they, really? Exactly. Okay, I like that. I think I'll keep the central view clear of planters, so I won't put any in these corners. Maybe just some supplementary plaza detailing, kiosk, etc. We did just have a suggestion of IMT sandstone filler, which I'm quite keen to explore. I shouldn't need lines for this filler, actually. It's only one single straight segment, it shouldn't be an issue. And you will be a decal that's made of sandstone. It's that one, isn't it? Yeah. I need to rotate that. If we can line it up here with the pedestrian pathway itself. It's basically, it's going to be a 90-degree rotation, is it? No, it's not actually. 83. Pretty much that. Do we approve of the sandstone paver? I think if we are going to sandstone pave, I'll probably pull that pathway down to the pedestrian road, right? Come on, give me the node. Give me the node. So, they're right. Right overlapping. There you go. So it goes to like that. How modded is this city? Not at all. Literally only these two builds. The rest of the entire build you see before you is entirely vanilla. There's only been 2 live streams adding mods to this build, which is this stadium over here, and this thing we're working on right now. And hey, Walt, welcome into the stream, mate. Nice to see you. Is there a Manchester in Texas? There's a Birmingham in Alabama. I know that. Me and my girlfriend watch nearly every day. Keep it up, mate. Smashing it. Thank you so much, CS. That's nice of you to say, mate. Shout out to you and the missus. Thank you for watching. Sandstone approved. I think I like the sandstone. Is it my bad eyesight, or is the UI absolutely tiny? Same size it always is, Harry. I haven't changed any UI scaling settings. It should still be the same for you. But not in 4K if you're used to watching videos. That might be throwing you off a little, maybe. Okay, I think I'm sold on the sandstone idea. Whose idea was that? The documentary guy. Yeah, you can name this plaza if you want documentary. You've had a couple good ideas in succession there. Feel free to leave me a name suggestion in the live chat if you want to name today's museum or build. You won't work here, will you? No. I was thinking of doing that there, but I won't. I have to do the lines here because there's curves involved, and the decal will just stretch not over the line if you don't do the lines first with IMT. And I'll just copy this filler style. Oh, that does look good, you know. That does look good. I really like that. You can really do a lot with a few detailing mods without adding workshop assets. Yeah, like if you've got all the DLCs, like a few mods. It's the same thing with Cities 2 as well now, Noobs, I think. Like, because of all the content creator packs and the couple of DLCs they've had now, like the asset variation for props and buildings is insane. Like, there's so many. I haven't actually downloaded a single custom CS2 asset, you know? Not a single one since the asset editor release. Primarily because I don't really play modded cities Skylines that require custom assets. Project Skylines is quite a specific recreation. I have to say I really like that. Yes, please, thank you. But please, it's a Toolbox Plaza. Documentary guy's an old name. I can see you as a Toolbox now. I'm assuming you just went to change that, did you? But yeah, that's fine, mate. I can name it that. Let me just cut a hole here. Refresh district. You want it to be a Toolbox Plaza, right? Which books is sort of appropriate because we're looking at museums here, right? Toolbox, museums, and plaza. Yeah, that's a really great IMT idea, isn't it? So you could take a screenshot of that, which looks pretty custom asset made, doesn't it? It's essentially 3 mods: network anarchy, move it, and intersection marking tool, and node control as well, to be fair. But you could do without node controlling, just leave a perfect tile in between all the plazas. I really love this, right? This little curb that's developed. Like, that's so nice. I want to see someone walk through it, but I don't think they are they? They're all using the pedestrian pathways. Which is fine. Hey, Relith. The tree paths aren't going over the grass, but one is. Oh, here? Oh yeah, I see that. What is that? That's... Is that the same on all of them? Oh yeah. Oh, that's... I've never noticed that. Yeah, that's obviously a mistake from the asset creator, isn't it? He's forgot to move those flowers over. Good spot. Yeah. Hadn't noticed that before. I don't think that'll get patched either now. Will you ever make a complete tutorial of all the mods you use and how to use them? Yes, I want to, I am. Yeah. I wanted to, I think, get Ilium a little more built up, so I can show you the basics of intersection marking tool, and then go and show you a much more elaborate example, such as the continuous flow intersection in the downtown, and is how you can just go a bit insane with that mod. Likewise with the node controller mod as well, like show you the basics of it in a video, and then look, here's an insane example of how it's been used too much in Ilium. But yes, they are on my list to make those mod tutorials. I'll do one for, I guess, what I refer to as the mainline mods, node controller, intersection marking tool and whatnot. Need a light in the middle, don't we? Couple of benches on the curvy bits. Don't we have a curved bench? I'm thinking of CS2, aren't I? There's a curved bench in the skyscrapers pack from Revo. Definitely not forgetting about any sort of curved seat, just something I can match the bend with. I think we'll go for these cute little modern ones then, right? It has to be. Where though? Here? The little benches in this spot. I think they'd look weird on the pathway. Or skates part would look nice in the middle of those. Yeah. Yeah, you could do all sorts of little variations with these plaza repetitions. You sort of did a bit of a tutorial in the early days of ILOs. Yes, we did actually. We made an intersection marking tool for dummies video, which is like a noob's guide again. But IMT has changed quite a bit since that video now. It still applies, but the interface is different, so it does need to be updated. But yes, I will make them. They are on my list. I just want lots of examples of where I can say, like, look, this is a line and a filler, and you can put stripes in it. And this is an example of how you can do it 3 or 4 times in a row to create these ridiculously marked intersections. And Thessia also has some really nice IMT examples taken from the real world as well in Adelaide. So I'll likely reference a lot of Thessia in that video as well as examples of what you can do. And say with network multi-tool, node controller. I don't think Move It needs a tutorial because I think Slay 3K, who a few of you might know, another CS creator, who doesn't make too many videos anymore. He's got probably the best Move It tutorial if you want to know how to use Move It. Slay's is a great video. But yeah, if you want to know how to use Move It, YM, and all the things it can do, just search in Slay 3K Move It and you'll see his video. It's a few years old now, but it's the best Move It tutorial. Looks like we can never use the asset again. Yeah, delete it. Patch it out the game. It's broke. IMT has had updates as late as last year in September. I don't know whether to present them as like a noob's guide for intersection marking tool and a noob's guide for node controller, all the mods in Ilium's playset basically. Or to do it as one video of 20 different mods and how to use them, but not go as in depth on each one, otherwise the video would be like 6 hours. So now we actually have people here wanting mod tutorials. What would you prefer? 20 mods and how to basically use them, or in-depth individual guides on each of the mods? A video at a time. Let me have more colour through here. Some red tree. Took me 2 years to find out you have to start game from the Skype interface. Yep. Yep, Skype's brilliant. But yeah, I know people want a Skype tutorial as well, so Bad Wolf mentioned that too. Yes. Again. it's on my list. I'll get to it. There's always 1,000 videos to make. Yeah, I actually messaged TDW and provided him with some notes I'd taken for a Skype beginner's guide. Who's the guy who makes Skype, if you aren't aware. And he gave me some pointers of things I can add to this guide that would be helpful for new players. So the script is there. I actually just need to go ahead and get it made and recorded. Do you test the mods before using them on stream or video? Not the ones that I know work. Skype does a lot for me. So in Skype's compatibility report, it tells you what's wrong with anything. These are only minor warnings. Precision engineering hasn't been updated since 2021, so it's several patches out of date, but it still works. Likewise with cinematic camera, that's what I use to record these cinematics in the videos. And then camera positions utility has been succeeded by ACME, but I still prefer camera positions utility. If anything's ever wrong, Skype tells me. So usually, and plus I have 4,000 hours in CS1 now. So it's like I tend to know what works and what doesn't these days. Which is why it's super helpful to be in the Discord as well, because like there's so much troubleshooting and mod chat that goes on. Like you'll just come to know what's broken, what's not. We had one of our patrons, Daniel Jepson, before Skyve was having horrendous issues, and we managed to set him up with a Skyve profile, and now everyone's happy. We saw the compatibility report flag like 7 different very broken mods. It's a pretty essential tool. It can be troublesome at times if you're a player that's playing with several tens of thousands of assets in some people's cases. Skyve can really struggle managing all that data. But for 95% of the time, it makes your modding experience significantly easier to manage. I'm going to send this pathway here under the highway thing. And don't really want to break these commercial blocks. I was quite happy with them. Just take you out. It's fine. We'll replace it. Okay. Thank you for 93 of you as well for joining me on a Tuesday afternoon. I am still experimenting with stream times. The streams this week will both be at 1 PM UK. Just to see where we can get our best audience. Need something too wide here. That'll do quite nicely. And then something 1 wide. Perfect. That's a really nice asset, that 1 wide base game commercial building. Don't mind it though. And what have we got on the back of the hall? Is that delivery? Yeah, I suppose, isn't it? That's fine. That can just go straight out onto the street. In-depth guide would be nice. Make a series, perhaps. Yeah, a series wouldn't be a bad idea, actually, Reb. And I'll just build almost like a little diorama of a city. Make it vanilla, and then be like, right, okay, this is what you can do to your first node once you get node controller. It's not a bad idea, actually, Reb. Great, thanks. Looking to buy a PC to play CS1 at its full capacity, detailing and mod. Do you have any recommendations for the type of PC to get? Can I get a pre-built gaming PC from Costco? Yeah, pre-builts are pretty good these days. I can't vouch for the quality of Costco, but the PC I'm on is pre-built. I use PC Specialist, but I'm not sure if they're in America. I think they're only UK, or at least Europe. Yeah, I've had my last 2 PCs from PC Specialist. If you want to play CS with a lot of assets and all of its DLC, RAM is very important. So if you want to get all the DLCs and your own custom assets, get 64 gig, because all the DLCs alone will take up 32 gig by themselves. So like, you really want that extra capacity. And then as good a graphics card as you can get to future-proof yourself. 5,000's pretty expensive at the minute, but you can get probably a 4070 or a 4080 for a little bit cheaper now than they used to be. I wouldn't go with 3,000 cards because you'll have to be to upgrade again in a few years' time. My 3080 Ti does not like CS2 over 100,000 population, so if you want to get CS2 as well, go heavy on your graphics card too, because CS2 will destroy your graphics memory. Get a fat graphics card if you want to play the second game. I mean, maybe like a modded Noobs guide series with each episode highlighting a mod. There's just an idea. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Flopsky. And RS as well. Yeah, Skype is a godsend when you do more than one titty. Yeah, that's a very important point, Nomis. It's only useful if you're switching playsets all the time like I do. Well, that's not true actually, because you do get the compatibility report as well, and collections and stuff, so yeah, it is useful beyond that. But yeah, the playset function of it, I think, definitely is only useful if you're having multiple cities on the go at the same time. Okay, I like this here. Let's begin to look at the back end of these where we're coming into a separate district. I'm just going to run and use the little boys' room very quickly. I'll give you some nighttime views. Over the city here over our new plaza space. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Well, hello, people. Usually you can tell from the comments if a mod is broken. Yep, you can. I am raw dogging my mods because I couldn't get Skype to work. It can be a bit difficult to set it up, Relith. If you look on Skype's Steam page, there's a link to a PDF that's like, follow this exactly to set this up properly. Use that, and if you're still struggling, join the Discord and we'll help you get it working. Coco won't be happy about her walk getting interrupted. No, she won't. She never is. The first node sounds like something you can hang on the fridge. Yes, it does. Hey Marco, we're in New York, mate, doing some more mod renovations of the inner city. Welcome in. We're currently working on a little museum plaza, which is very fun. You can call the city scrambled. It's an egg order with a modification. I like that. Thank you, Carlos. Yes, he said it. Hello, people. Need to get it on a t-shirt, don't I? My warm water has unfortunately gone cold. So now it's just room temperature. Right. Let's move the sun to be facing in the plaza here. There we go. Yeah, so back end of this, let's bob the science museum because I don't want those trees all over it. Order, there we go. And then certainly here, it looks like there's walkable space that can develop all the way around the edge of this building, right? So we'll pull that down onto the road. And then I'd love to have them walk on the angle of that corner there. And I've got visions of a multi-story car park being here as well. Hey Sapphire, welcome to the stream. CPU is generally a bit more important than GPU for CS1, of course. Yeah, that's right, Noobs, yeah. CPU for CS1, GPU for CS2. But RAM for both games. Because they'll eat it just vastly. Nothing eats your RAM quite like City Skylines does. Especially when you have custom assets on. Let's bring that down. And then here, I wouldn't mind... Oh, it's massive, isn't it? I'm not going to be able to get this to fit. There is a possible fusing, but it does slightly block the telescope. We're looking for signs of life. Over here. Warm water, we have an English beer. English beer is incredible, EMB. But no, it was literally warm water. Over the road. It does slightly clip the train. Oh, it's only clipping the hedge, I can live with that. Some trees in this corner as well, maybe. So I haven't actually been back in Project Skylines this week. I'm playing with some mods in CS2. I am possibly craving a modded CS2 build. as we were saying to Noobs just a moment ago, the asset variation in number 2 is pretty wild. With find it and plot the grow balls and static ploppables. It's it can be quite exciting, I think. A Maniac Mania with a $20 super chat. Love to stick around, but I've got to work a 12-hour tonight. Got to work at 12 tonight. I'll watch this at work. Have a great day and night. You too, Maniac. Enjoy your shift, mate. Thank you for the $20. Then a 46-month membership. Insane, Maniac. Thank you so much, dude. Absolutely wild. Again, as with Mehmet, you must be one of the longest running members now, buddy. Thank you so much for your support, Maniac. You have a good day, mate. Thank you for stopping by to say hello. I appreciate your support, dude. Very sweet. Hey, Harry. How's it going? Use some small concrete here. No fuse in there. You can change the angle of the road to make it fit. Yeah, I could have done, Marco, to be fair. Absolutely could have done that. I feel like we've got room for another building here that was part of this museum complex developing. Any small education themed assets we can possibly explore? Train please, HQ. Oh, it does fit as well. Noob doesn't have this building because it was not released at the time. Railroads of Japan came during Awkward Bay, didn't it? I really like that angle there as well, right against the highway here. Do we go for Train Police HQ? Give them operations in Noob, God forbid. Loving City's Skylines content as always, but do you have any plans for Anno or Manalord soon? Anno, probably not. Just as Harry joins, I'm sorry. I really struggle to get addicted to Anno. I've tried 1800 and I've tried 117 and I can't sit there and play it. I lose interest. I've tried with Anno. I think the thing is because if you stray from max efficiency, the AI in the Empire will just crush you because they are max efficient, which really limits your layouts in terms of how you can actually build the city. I think I would prefer Anno from the creative point of view, just city building without having to worry if my garum is at 100% production rate, you know? Exactly the same way I play CS. I don't care if the warehouses are full, as long as they're there and they look cute, I'm happy. I think that's why I can't get addicted to Anno. And Mana Lords, yes, we are actually in the middle of a Mana Lords run, but I had some other projects to work on last week, and then a load of other stuff came up. But yes, we will go back to Mana Lords. We have episode 6 to make in the current run of update 5 that we're on. Yeah. Mana Lords will appear essentially every time there's a major update until it releases into its full version again, at which point I'll probably consider making a Noobs guide or a survival guide for it. But I can't really do that yet when it's not really ready, because everything changes from patch to patch, so it'll go out of date pretty quickly, I fear. Which is the same reason I'm also holding off on the Project Zomboid beginner's guide content as well, because build 42 just had a massive change today. With loads of bug fixes and stuff changing, so once these games stabilise, yeah, I expect more tutorial based content on them. Don't have a train statue, do I? I don't think it does work, but I'm going to check it anyway. The train off the Locomotive Museum isn't a sub-building, is it? No, there is some interesting train sub-buildings here, though. No. No train. That's fine. I didn't think there would be. We'll go with the same statue we used in the plaza then. Obviously some kind of mechanical heritage to the build, if you like. some of these fun little plazas here. I imagine we'll see quite a lot of people walking through this little plaza area as well, because of where it's connected to. Bringing some flowers and trees in these open spaces too. Roadies, I think, will be welcome. Oh, isn't that nice? Metro passing by, train please, HQ. Very nice. Will there be a Yokeley tomorrow? No, there won't. I'm recording Project Skylines this week. I've come out of a huge project I've been working on last week into another massive video in episode 8 of Project Skylines, the Mordred build. So no, I'm hoping to have Project Skylines done for Friday. But it might not be because the episode is absolutely vast. And I'm not even halfway through the build yet. I'm going back to it after stream. But no Yokeley tomorrow. Yokeley will be back next week. But Project Skylines is absorbing my time this week, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. It is fun to record, but the productions are enormous. We actually posted a screenshot of one of the productions the other day in the Discord. If you want to see what the Project Skyline videos end up looking like. They end up looking like this. Which is awful. Really terrible. A lot of cut and edits in there. So that's currently what's going on for the videos this week. Those monorail stations seem to be a bit close. The irony, so you're absolutely right. We installed this second one in the stream last. This one is a old one. But yes, you're right. They absolutely are too close. Yeah. They are too close. I might actually tear that second one out today, actually. Because this little weird pinch monorail was giving us issues last episode. I'll probably reform that. I tried to watch people play Manor Lords at Anno, but I just can't seem to watch people play it for more than 5 minutes. Both nice games, I just can't get into it. Yeah, it's kind of how I feel about it as well, Mango, really. I can enjoy Manor Lords, because Manor Lords is very kind of ASMR-y, isn't it? Like the rain and the wind and the weather. It's all very like medieval and calm when it's not kicking off at war. I can listen and sit to Manor Lords, but I get it with Anno, yeah. I do. I think Anno is just not my play style. I think that's what it is. I have tried in my own defense. I have tried. Okay. I think I'm liking how this is sat. We'll upgrade to zoo pathway here. I think the back of the science centre could possibly be deserving of something through here. Hot dog cart or something just to fill the space. Ice cream possibly. And a couple of little student university benches. These ones. You are easily the best cities creator out there. Your ability to win function with aesthetic is inspiring. So inspiring I spend more time watching you than playing. Thank you so much, Rebel. I appreciate it. It's very, very kind words. I think there's probably some creators better than me. Certainly more talented in city building. But I think we all have our own strengths, don't we? I appreciate the very kind words. Thank you so much. Have a couple of bins down the plaza here as well. Occasional kiosk, perhaps you can grab your latest copy of Science Weekly from here. Just something to sit in the space. Yeah, the Train Police HQ and the Science Centre are quite a nice combination there, aren't they? Quite similar buildings, although the telescope is now pointing at the Train Police HQ. I didn't realise that. Where did you get the observatory asset? You mean this one here? This is the Science Museum from the Campus DLC. Hey, Egg, will you do another CS2 modded build now there's assets? I was just talking about that, Rushy. Yeah, I'm back in Project Skylines this week, which is modded CS2, but it's very specific modded CS2. It's not like a normal city. But yeah, playing modded CS2 again kind of lit a fire for a new modded CS2 build. So maybe Rushy, yeah. Probably not for a month or so, because between now and the middle of March, I'm extremely busy with various things. So maybe middle of March, April, coming into spring, we might go a modded mile grid build in CS2. I'm desperate for more mile grid, so we might do that. Maybe a Salt Lake inspired CS2 build. Or European. I feel like maybe I'm due a European build. I've been looking at Poplar Ponderosa's Gibraltar map for ages. I just need to build on it. It looks good. I want to build the port. What assets do you want here, everyone? We mentioned shops with Shibuya as a possible appearance maker. Whilst we're using the Shibuya assets. They're not very big there. It does give us a bit more of a medium density climb into the city as well. Let's set up an arrangement here. I actually mentioned during the Shibuya showcase that these assets would be nice in 4x4. We should try that at some point. Maybe right now. You'd love to see the overall economics of Noob Yoke. What you want to see the what the budget panels and the taxes, or anything down here? Is that what you want to say? This stuff? The last time I see this is when I come in to set taxes to 12%. And then it's never opened again. There you go, if you're interested. Wouldn't mind getting involved in some grubby inner city rail side delivery areas here. I think if we take the hedge out, bit of concrete surface and an access point in, we can have quite a lot of fun with this. Such a small area, maybe emerging downtowns. Yeah, I was thinking emerging downtowns as well. I mean, how well does emerging and Shibuya blend together? Can we go for both styles? It's not the worst thing ever. I need to move this building though, it's too deep here. I lost 2.0, pretty much. Sunshine, yeah, pretty much I lost 2.0. I'm desperately trying to recreate the dopamine I had from that build. I don't like this little garden detailing right by the tracks. I want more delivery vibes than anything else. The old commercial really doesn't look right here. Can we do that one? Twilos? We'll call it Twilos, yeah. Probably be... I actually think I know what the next Margrid city will be called, because the planet I have in mind already sounds quite like a southwest city. So it'll probably be... Well, I won't tell you. I'll keep it a surprise, of course. Yeah, I think here we'll bring in some concrete surface for some delivery props, and then have like this little access alleyway in between the buildings. And then we'll place some more around here too. Or I'll do it down here actually. So I'm going to use a pathway pretending it's a road. I obviously don't anticipate anyone to actually walk down here because it leads to nowhere. Then again, I don't need to do that, do I? Because I can just use concrete surface. I don't know why I'm doing it that way. It's a very convoluted way of doing it. Overthinking it, as always. I feel like that's a problem I sometimes stumble across in Cities Skylines. Especially when you're trying to make videos, I'm like, okay, how can we make this elaborate as possible without triggering any of the players? Which sometimes backfires. We'll switch that hedge out for some chain link here. And then we'll continue with small mid-rise commercial. That might work quite nicely there actually on the corner. I don't hate the parking behind it, I can live with that. Because we'll make it look like it's actually accessible here. Shops of Shibuya and emerging downtowns. I think I can enjoy it. There's some pretty similar aesthetics here. We have like wood paneling on the entrance to the Shibuya shops. Brick and more modern kind of cladding around the emerging downtown stuff. I think I can get away with it. As an Australian myself, wish we could do a Thessia 2.0. We need to finish Thessia 1.0 first. That's still not done. I never wake up early enough for live streams. Lucky me. Welcome in, WJK. Nice to see you, mate. I missed that Bordeaux. Oh, hey, Picana. Nice to see you, mate. I didn't see you sneak in there. How are you, dude? Yes, classic CS1 Bordeaux and noises. Picana, by the way, everyone. Speaking of modded CS2 builds, that's what you're into. You'll find few finer builds than Picana's, actually. Really wonderful, talented Scotsman. Go and show him some support. Great builds. Built this mad bridge looking into James that like spiraled down to the harbour. In a city that unfortunately died, not to traumatise you again, Picana. But yeah, that big swirling bridge interchange was wonderful. Wild. Seeing what other people can do with the CS2 road tools, absolutely puts me to shame. Let's bring in some just basic delivery stuff here. Boxes, crates, spools of wire, etc. Definitely some crate action up against the rails is what I'm keen on. All through here. The Chicago inspired build would be simply amazing, which E&B follows up with Navarro is Chicago inspired. Yeah, just the skyline, I guess maybe the downtown canal center was Chicago inspired. I don't know, I think if I've been there once before, I'm unlikely to visit it again in another whole dedicated series. I would probably not hold your breath for a Chicago style build. I think if we're going to go back to America, it's much likely be within the Southwest again. Salt Lake City, which I've mentioned many times. So that's what's in my head. So it's probably going to be a Salt Lake build. I did once consider a Manhattan build, but then saw $2 burn out on it almost immediately. And I was like, yeah, I can imagine that build gets really repetitive, especially when you're creating Manhattan Island. So yeah, I've considered New York. I've said a Deep South build as well. If I hadn't have done Thessia, I would have done a Deep South build, something like Alabama, Tennessee, out way, something like that. Not particularly New Orleans inspired, but definitely Deep South America was on the list for a little while. A city inspired by Wellington, New Zealand, where I am, please. Well, Ilium is very Auckland-based, Gaza. So if we visit New Zealand for inspiration in that series, which I very much imagine we will do, we'll stop by Wellington. I also had a lot of people asking for Aussie inspiration during this year as well. Can we get away with a little water tower back here? Is there any reason? No, these guys wouldn't have a water tower, would they? They're in the middle of the city centre. It's a stupid prop to put here. And then I think I'll keep that chain link fence running actually on the edge of that car park on that emerging downtowns building. Overgrown by the tracks fencing is what I'm after here. Especially the view to the bridge now as well, right? It's pretty cute, that, isn't it? I can look at the innards of the inner city, the transit network keeping people moving, but waiting for a train here. Ilium is Auckland inspired. Yes, the height map is taken from Auckland, Gaza. And a few other places, but it's mainly Auckland, yeah. The whole bay and the land around it, yeah. Do you want to go to it? I'll show you which bit of Ilium is Auckland. Where is it? Of course I'm not going to be able to find it now, am I? I'll bring you in to Google Maps with me. Yes, some of the land masses around here. It's this one, isn't it, I think? Is it this area? That's taken from Auckland. That's taken from Ilium. This section here, I think. This height map area. Somewhere around these inner bays. Like I said, it's not the whole of Auckland, but just like a slice of Ilium's height map is of Auckland, yeah. Which is why I'm thinking, talking about Ilium's airport, I'm thinking of putting the airport here in Ilium, but in Auckland it's actually out on the peninsula of Ilium, down here. So that's generally where I'm considering to put the airport, because of referencing Auckland here. But yeah, fun fact, like it's not a total Auckland map, but there is Auckland topography there. Rooftop water towers, yeah, that's a good shout, Ben, actually. That's a good shout, actually. Very New York, that, isn't it? I'm building Bogota right now as I watch your video. Bogota, is that in Colombia? Is it? Rings a bell for some reason. Hey Ben, thanks mate. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Appreciate it. Did we catch a train? We just missed one. We just missed a train. He's coming back in a minute. We'll see what we think here. I think we've respected the medium density climb back into city centre here as well, haven't we? There we go. Wonderful. Nice. I'm pretty happy with this here, I think. In terms of other downtown renovation spaces, there's definitely undetailed districts here. And I think we can possibly justify some much higher towers in this district. Right by the train station or this green space. So I think we can possibly just jump across the street here and continue some renovations into these districts over there. Is what I'm planning, anyway. Have you ever considered a UK build such as Manchester? I'd love to see how you would redevelop Salford and the surrounding keys. Yeah, I have thought about UK build, Brassack, yeah. The CS2 UK pack really made me want to do a UK build. Yeah, I imagine eventually we'll hit a British build. It wouldn't surprise me. I just like, because it's so common to me, I just find so much interest seeing other parts of the world and how all the other cities are developed. I just saw a screenshot of Cairo earlier. But does anyone ever seen Cairo's from the bird's eye view? It's insane. So dense, just high density for miles. So like recreating these what are to me quite alien cities, like Phoenix is Margrid. I was like, oh my word. I was like, what is this? I've never seen anything like this before in my life. So it tends to keep me interested in the build, I suppose, when it's not something I'm too familiar with. Does that make a lot of sense? Having said that, yes, I need to do a British build. I'm a British YouTuber. I should probably do one. It makes sense, doesn't it? So we'll start respecting Eddie Kabongo, whoever he is. And then we can isolate some new towers. So let's get rid of this wall-to-wall zoning. And suggestions. I mean, what have we got in so far? What actually makes up? It's all the Japanese assets, really, isn't it? So we'll do... It does fit and sit. Let's move the sun around here. That makes perfect sense. Thinking of it as just a slice of Auckland, it does match up. Amazing, yeah. Yeah, Teddy's a cool map maker. He fused... Hold on, I can probably see, actually. Let me look at my messages with Teddy. I asked him. Yeah, so it's a mix of Kotor, Cape Town, and Auckland. The Ilium map. Or Tranquility Cove, as it's actually called. Yeah. That's where it's mixed from. But I think that's certainly that Central Bay area is Auckland, isn't it? It's quite wide, isn't it? It is quite wide. But I don't hate it, I don't think. The high interest buildings there, that's wide as well. It's more south to what you pointed. North side down. Okay, was it? I'm on console though. I've been hoping for a church or religions DLC. I can't see them doing that, Carlos. I can't see that happening. That will cause endless arguments and division. I just don't think it's a subject they'll touch. Do you have a favourite real life city based on how it's built? A favourite real life city? I hate cities, really. Really. I am in my rural area now. I don't like going to build up locations. They're so busy. But I do like Manchester. Manchester's a good night out. But I could never live there, I guess is what I mean by that. Yeah, I could never go back to living in a city. 3 years of London rat race was enough. So, I don't know how people stay here for life. Yeah, I wouldn't go back to a city. But I do like Manchester. But it's also a hometown in it, so, you know, a little bit biased. I guess outside the UK. Singapore's pretty cool. Very modern. And Seoul has a lot of really cool industry as well, especially the Samsung shipyard around there. It's like, oh my god, this is insane. like sci-fi level industry. Go Google pictures of the Samsung shipyard. It's incredible. So like when you get like big cool bits of industry, I tend to take an interest in it. Quite awe-inspiring, aren't they? These massive industrial sites, vast container yards, etc. We're actually looking. We had someone in the Discord post the other day, actually, didn't we? In real life city inspiration. Oh no, where was it? Was it in modded? I can't remember where it was now. Do you know what I'm talking about, Brassac? Someone posted in the Discord the other day, didn't they? Of that port near Singapore. And they asked why they were all moored off the shore. I can't find that conversation now. It definitely happened. I promise you. But yeah, it's not there now. Wouldn't mind some car parking under the metro here. But yeah, any city with like major cool bits of industry. I have no real love for Gibraltar, but its airport and port configuration, I'm like, this is a cool city. This is insane. The airport is just on the arterial road, and the port is absolutely vast. So it's like, yeah, it's a cool city. I'll visit that. Amsterdam is also one of my favourite cities as well. I love Amsterdam. Amsterdam is probably the only city I would consider living in again. Capital city for sure. Be interested to know actually, has anyone here lived in London? Did you enjoy it? Or I guess any other relevant capital city in the world, i.e. Paris or Berlin, Stockholm, etc. Have you lived in the capital city of your country, I guess is the question. So I need to ask, how does a person who hates cities get into a city builder? Yeah, I like making cities. I like designing and being creative, but if you ask me to go and live there, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'll enjoy a city break. But if you said, Egg, tomorrow we've bought you a house on Mayfair, you can go and live in it, mortgage free, and it's yours, I'd sell it immediately and never ever visit it. No desire to live back in a city again. I remember the moment, actually, if you're interested while we're on the subject. It was about 6:20 a.m. in 2015. I was coming toward the end of my degree, and I had maybe about 4 weeks left, and the tubes opened, well, the tube doors opened, on the Hammersmith line going into Soho. And people just spilled out because it was so busy. And I was just like, nah. No. What's this? I'm not doing this for 20 years. So kind of decided in that moment, I was like, yeah, I'm done here. Like as soon as my degree is finished, I'm going back home. And then fortunately, during my final assessment, which was actually organising a Tarantino themed event in East London, during the clean down, I fell down a flight of stairs and tore 2 ligaments in my left ankle and had no choice but to go home because I couldn't pay my rent because I lost my job as a waiter. So it all kind of worked out nicely, really. Barring the long-term ankle damage, but that's okay. There's a small price to pay to get out of London. I lived outside of Washington, D.C. for most of my life. How is Washington as a city? I have no gauge of Washington's reputation. I imagine with it being D.C., it's quite a wealthy, well-off city, is it? But I guess like any other city probably has further deprived areas. Nature posted a picture in Sands Expo Convention Centre in Singapore. It's in CS1 General Chat. Was that the one? On What date was it, Brass? Like the 13th? Did I just not scroll back far enough? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Nature was wondering why there's so many ships docked off of the coast of Singapore, when the port itself is relatively empty. So this stuff looks cool. It's like, oh my god, look at all that vast industry that keeps the planet moving. Find it fascinating. Like big port, big factory, big industry. So yeah, just jumping back to that conversation we had a moment ago. Thank you, Brassack. Appreciate that, mate. I'm not sure what you're saying, Tess, but if a German can translate for me, be wonderfully welcome. I love Copenhagen, visited it a couple of times, but would love to experience it not like a tourist. I very much enjoyed Helsinki, actually, on the subject of cities. Helsinki was a very nice city. I enjoyed it, I think, significantly more than I anticipated it to. As was Tampere as well, actually, not to disown Tampere in any capacity. Tampere was beautiful. What did you get your degree in? Essentially business, but all my business studies were tailored toward kind of the creative arts industries. So I did a ton of business work with like media and film. We had like placement opportunities at places like Pinewood Studios in West London. So it was like you're studying business, but you're wanting to work in some form of media, i.e. music, film, whatever it is, right? It was on my degree I learned to video edit. We were introduced to the Adobe suite essentially, just to say like, you know, this is professional editing software. Editing is a career path if you want to go down it. So I just learned how to do it. And then when I came out of uni, I was like, well, I most enjoyed the marketing bit of that degree. So I spent 6 years in marketing before YouTube became viable, which has been the case for nearly 5 years now, everyone. Nearly 5 years of full-time YouTube. Thank you for all your wonderful support over that time. Very much appreciated. Oh, we didn't add that light, did we, into the plaza? I just remembered. Does that help? Yes, that does help. Perfect. Okay. Maybe still got a pillar in the path there, haven't we? Or pillar in the parking lot. Which is a great name for a band, by the way, if anyone's looking. Gotta go, mate. Thanks for the plaza once again. See you later at Tullbooks. Have a nice day, mate. Thank you for hanging out. What's the map's name you are working on? Test asked. This is Diamond Coast test from the base game, mate. Diamond Coast, this one is. DK gameplay, please check my new City for City showcases. Yeah, send it in, DK, if you haven't already. I haven't looked at them this week, mate. I'm on with Project Skylines this week, but yeah, if you sent it in, I'll get to it, mate. Thank you for submitting. So you have a degree in promotion. Promotion was an aspect of it, but we studied physical, digital marketing, legal, and publishing. It was a whole 3-year. Like I mentioned, the event as well. So we had the one of the modules was events management. So we have to go through and set it all up, get music licenses and whatnot. And then as part of the degree as well, we studied the whole legal publishing behind rights and music and how, you know, you get the license for films to work in, well, music to work in films, etc. Yeah, it was good because I knew I wasn't good enough to play. Can you zoom out? You want to see City of 4? Yeah. Yeah, so it was, I went to the University of West London, but I studied music. from GCSE to A level, so I knew I wasn't good enough to play guitar. I just knew it. Like, you know, I wasn't going to go to London and try and be a musician because I knew I wasn't good enough. So I was like, well, okay, well, I'll work in the business side of the entertainment industries then. Video games, music, film, whatever I can get involved in. Yeah, that was the plan, yeah. It just sort of happened, I suppose. I do sort of work in editing and entertainment now, I guess. Love that quadra square. Yeah, it's nice design, that, isn't it? Nice little design, that. There's some decent sprawl to New York, actually. It's quite a big city, isn't it? I would possibly argue the location of the strip mine is probably not appropriate considering how close this is to city centre. That would be my only criticism of this viewpoint here, I think. Like, when do you ever see an industrial strip mine a mile from from a downtown, you know? Just doesn't happen, does it? These things are like far over here or over there or something. Probably change that. You haven't always will be an inspiration for my city. Thank you, Wave. Appreciate it. Which city is this? This is Noob Yoke. It is the city of the Noobs Guide series built in 2022. Old city now. Hard related, I went to uni to study classical music. I'm above average abilities, but music is the best of all. Competing and often missing out because there's just not enough opportunity. Yeah. And especially when I got to uni as well and I saw all the guitarists on the guitar degree, I was like, yeah, good job I didn't go down that route. So I am no way near those guys. Yeah. And plus, having a degree in knowing how to play guitar, no offense, is fairly useless. It's not something you should spend money on. You can easily learn guitar without spending 50 grand on a degree in London. just don't do it. Not good. Okay. Little centre space is developing quite nicely here now. We've got a metro station in here as well. I don't want to use just unique buildings. I wouldn't mind glancing at some tower possibilities, perhaps base game office. And or green cities might be welcome here with the unique buildings. Why has the sun moved again? Did I just change the time? Very irritating. There we go. Zoom out looks awesome. Totally fantastic beachfront. Yeah, I really love New York's beach, actually. There's a lot of fun things happening here. Little cruise terminal. This actually has a really nice nighttime view as well. We'll throw this on while I'm taking a hydration break here. Really cute little park front all the way along. If it's a sufficiently old strip mine, it may well close to a city that has grown around it. I can't imagine there's too many examples of that as there may be. Like, I followed along with Orchid Bay on console for as much as I could. 25 tiles, and it's really accurate. Is there any possible way to show you? Not if you're on console, Harris. Oh, actually, no, there is. You can send screenshots to the Discord. But I can't get it on City Showcase, mate. I'm sorry. I don't have an Xbox here or a capture card to record it. Don't forget, a philosophy degree is either useless or you have plans for school. There's a lot of useless degrees. There's a lot of useless degrees. If you're considering going to uni now and you're watching this stream, only go if the job you absolutely want to do needs a degree. Especially if you're in the UK, because you will shackle yourself with tens of thousands of debt for something that's potentially useless. Only get a degree if it's useful for the job you actually want. Otherwise, go and self-teach. Go do something else. Yeah. Degrees, I think, are no longer as powerful as they used to be in today's world. Or become a philosophy professor, yeah. So, if you want to be a philosophy professor, go and get the philosophy degree. If you don't get the degree. Don't do it because it sounds fun, would be my advice. Because that was very much my attitude when I went to uni. I was like, no, I'm going to go to London and do this degree. In hindsight, was it the best thing to go and study that far away from home? Probably not, no. But you know, you're 18 and you know the world better than anyone, don't you? So you do it. Yeah, I actually tried to back out of uni, Gaza, after the first year. I came home back to the Lake District from London and I was like, please, please don't make me go back. I was like, I hate it there. I hate London. I was like, don't make me go back, let me stay here. But they managed to convince me to go back and finish the last 2 years. But yeah, I did try to back out. I think I knew once I got there, it wasn't for me. But then I was like, I've done it now. Like I've done a year. I might as well finish it. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I want to be a therapist, so you have to get the psych degree. That's the attitude, WJ. Don't go and do the degree because you like the subject or you think it sounds interesting. Do it because you want a job that needs it, is my advice. Yeah, like you cannot be a doctor or an engineer, yeah, or a lawyer without a degree. Jobs that need it, go and get it. If you don't want that job, it doesn't need a degree. Don't waste your time and your money. Go self-teach and have a life experience elsewhere would be my advice. That attitude significantly changes, though, I would say, if you live in a country with free university education. It is not free in the UK, which heavily sways my opinions on it. It's free in Scotland, isn't it? We got any Scots in? No, Scotland have free education. University education, that is. Obviously, all of the education up to that point is still free. I think a little food court here next to the Metro Plaza, right? Grab your news and your sandwiches and your meal deals before you get on the train. It's free in Scotland, but places are capped, unlike England. Oh, what, so there's only a certain amount of free spaces, is there? Is that what you mean? Student loans stink. Yes, they do. I see on my tax bill, every time I pay it twice a year, how much of my tax is going back to pay my student loan off for a degree that I don't need. So, granted, hindsight is a wonderful thing. You can say, well, you didn't know you didn't need it at the time, which is a valid argument. But yeah, that was my experience with uni. Still fun though. I think on the silver lining of that cloud, I also moved very far away from my family at essentially 17, which helped me grow up very quickly because all of a sudden I was like gone from living with grandparents to being on my own in a flat in London. So that was quite, I think, a good life experience for me to go through. I'm quite grateful of that. I also met a ton of really wonderful people in London. Like I lived with 3 Italians for 2 years. A load of Polish lads as well. It's just, yeah, I met a lot of really nice friends. Lifelong friends, actually, that I still speak to today. So overall, probably worth it. I just don't like the student debt. That's all it is. That's all it is, basically. Okay, let's tidy up these corners here. I won't go buildings everywhere. We'll leave some spaces for grass and trees to shine. Wait, your loans get paid along with taxes? Yeah, so when I pay my tax, a certain amount of that is taken to repay the student loan. So I see it on my self-assessment form when it's all processed and been approved and signed off. That X amount is going back to repay student loan. Yeah, so it leaves my account as tax money, if you like. Yeah, that's how it works in the UK. Although you only pay it back if you're earning over 21 grand a year, is I think quite an important footnote to that point. If you earn less than that, it stops being paid off. I think is wiped, is it? After, is it 50 years? 50 years it's wiped away. The debt, no matter how long is remaining on it, the debt doesn't transfer between, like, beneficiaries and stuff like that. It's Kind of a meaningless debt, really, because like, if you don't pay it, it's not like you've got bailiffs coming around on your door saying, you know, we're going to repossess your house if you don't pay your student loan back. It just goes unpaid. It's a strange one. But yeah, not a problem you have if you live in a country with free education, at least. My freshman year roommate ended up in prison. Did he really, Flopsy? Are you allowed to say what he did? Please keep within the live chat rules. Having said that, it is quite interesting though. Let's do some vanilla hedge lining through here, shall we? Actually, no, let's do some actual hedge. The thing with any job where you make as a data file, that data file might be produced by an AI. Yeah, I think the AI replacement is a whole other conversation itself, isn't it? AI can't build a brick wall or repair a water heater. It's a valid point. You think, is there a possibility where it can do that? AI robots cleaning bathrooms. Can it eventually plumb? Who knows? The ultimate dream would be to have like a utility bot in your house, wouldn't it? So if the boiler's knackered or plumbing's gone, you just turn the robot on to fix it. You guys can hear me again now, right? Sorry, we just dropped out for a hot second there because the USB inputs decided to reset themselves. Which, on that note, I also found out it's not just me, because I was sat in VC with Josh over the weekend and exactly the same thing happened to him. I still don't know what's causing that. I need to track it down. I think I'll keep that hedge lining running all the way through here, actually. On the grounds around the station, at least. Yep, sorry guys, if we just temporarily paused and did nothing for a second there, and you heard the Windows notification. That's what just happened. There we go. Are your loans even better than ours? Yeah? What, because of the repayment thing? DUI involving injury to another, that's all I can really say in the rules. Oh, that's really terrible, Flopsky. Yeah. What a cock. What a charge to be met with. Terrible. Is that a very small segment of fence? It is. Why was that there? I think these alleyways here have pretty much detailed themselves, haven't they? We kind of got stairs and dumpsters and benches already here, really. So I think I'm happy with them little inner city sections. Do you think you would do a vanilla city build again after Ilium? I'd really love to follow along with another again. No idea, Harris. Absolutely no idea. I don't know what will happen with CS1 after Ilium. I kind of come to that same problem every time a city ends. Is like, well, is there still demand enough on the channel for people still wanting Cities 1 content? Which at the minute there absolutely is, because although it doesn't do the best for views, especially compared to CS2 stuff, what we do have is there's 256 there. And then 1.5. So there's 461 members and patrons that support Cities Skylines 1 content. So yes, there is justification for me to still make CS1. However, that can change in a week's time if people on that drop away for CS1 content, just because it's such an old game now. Like, I'll probably always play it. It's like my Minecraft or like my Sims 4, you know? I love CS1. It's just such a good city builder, but whether or not I'll always make videos on it is a different thing. But as of right now, why you ask me, yes, there's more than 450 of you signed up to YouTube membership and Patreon supporting Cities 1 content. So it is viable now, yeah. Because when I take the hit in views, not making Cities 2 content, it's more than made up for by the support you guys drop, you know? Does that make sense? I hope so. Is this really live? We're watching AI. Exactly. Is this AI right now? Have YouTubers already been replaced by AI? If an AI trains itself on my builds and my voice, would you guys be able to tell the difference? I hope so. I just typed AI in to find it then. I want to flesh out the bottom of that station a little bit there. Yeah, who knows, right? I have to go as Alfie's due his second walk. Great stream. I see you later, Brass. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Right, you give our best to Alfie. Hey, Minor. How you doing? Nice to see you, man. We're just developing some small inner city spaces around New York at the minute. Okay, I think I'm much happier here with this little central block developing. The kind of awkward ending pedestrian roads do irritate me a touch, but it's alright. I can live with it. Say I'm not a fan of CS2 personally. I do like CS2, but I find it very hard to spend hundreds of hours on it because of its performance and graphic issues. That's what stops me from loving it as much as I love CS1. Like, I love Cities 1, but I like CS2. There's a difference, you know? The CS1's just smooth and it works, and the Sims don't look like they've been made in a furnace. it just works, you know? It just works. They would have to get the right nasally voice, which is too unique for AI. So yes, I would tell the difference. It would probably start saying please yes, wouldn't it? Hello everyone. This is a very nice build. Please yes. And he'd be like, wait, what? Did he just say please yes? It's like, this is an egg. Who is this? Awkward corner that we could never build on because zoning wouldn't allow this to be zoned. Let's fill this in. There's lots of little inconsistencies like this all over Nubio, especially in the downtown, where zoning doesn't play fair. Grab some mid-century modern stuff here. What size is the area? 3x4 basically, isn't it? Suppose I should use one of these, shouldn't I? There you go. Brilliant. And yeah, I suppose I'll do one here as well. I only did this little park because I couldn't zone. Let's do it all that way. CS2 is kind of exhausting because of all the basic problems like welfare officers not helping out the homes, random traffic accidents. Yeah, well hopefully Isolate will get stuff like that under much better control than it has been. But yeah, it can be an exhausting experience. It's also very, very demanding on the PC as well. Did I not just place that building? No, wasn't it? Thought I heard the place sound then. You will come in and tuck in there. Or do we want a corner asset for this, really? We probably do, don't we? You're not a corner. There's no 3x4 corners, or 2x4 corners at least. We'll go with that one. Hello, people. A quick hello while I'm on the bus to work. Nice to see you, Dizzy. I hope the commute is going well. And that the bus isn't too busy. Because I can't stand busy public transit. Which, again, I realise is quite funny, considering I spend my days creating busy public transit in this game. But that's fine. I hope the bus isn't busy, does it? It also rhymes. But it's Egg's upward inflection in his tone from pure giddiness right before yes please. Can AI capture that? Who knows? Who knows? There was a YouTuber who's just binned his entire channel off to AI now, hasn't he? He was one of the massive ones and kind of makes like prank videos aimed at kids, like really kind of mindless content. Can't remember his name, but now every video he puts out on whatever social platform is just him acting like a tit in these AI videos. And like he's killed his whole channel to do it. He doesn't actually make videos of himself anymore. It's just him in loads of random different AI scenarios, like people jumping through glass bridges and stupid shit like that, you know? But I can't remember his name. Like several million subscriber channel. Someone in chat might know. Okay, just keeping an eye out for any more of these awkward corner blocks we can possibly remedy here. Cable cars in the way there. I'm not sure if I really love the skate park and the basketball court corner here, this little triangle. I think we can probably make quite an interesting shaped block out of this city centre here. Again, it's a bit too close to be so green and open for me. So I think we'll just repolish this with a little triangular block formation. Got any buses near here? There's one on the main road. There's no point pulling it off just for this section. Right. Let's get our favourite corner units in each side. This one for sure. Oh, especially there. That's going to look such a nice corner building there. Everyone hold on for that. That building disappeared. Have I not got... Yeah, Rico is turned on. It's a style, isn't it? It's building styles that's doing that. So if you're wondering what happened there, as to why that building was deleted, it's because Underhill Park is set to be Modern City Centre, and I was plopping a building that wasn't Modern City Centre in it. That's why it deleted it. Just realised that was happening, and why it just happened again with this one here. There you go, the more you know. Make sure that's turned off if you plan on plopping. Okay, that sorts corner units. Let's add in the rest of our blocks here now. Not massively bothered about things being 4x4. Bring some office space into it as well. That one here. Why is China's calendar so different to other countries? I've absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea on that one. Significantly different culture, I suppose. Might be a contributing factor. Something quite shallow here. Three by two should fill that nicely. I'm looking for all these big corner, impressive corner units, if you like. I can place this corner over here too. Ramadan has started and Ditch Carnival is almost finished. Wonderful news. Salam alaikum to anyone celebrating Ramadan. Stars are so annoying when you want to diversify your city. That's why I plop everything now. Yeah. Yeah, plopping, like, once you've plopped, it's very difficult to not plop. Once you've had a taste of it, it's like, Can I really go back to zoning all these perfect little grid formations now to get flush zoning? If you want a curve, then that's the end, isn't it? It just doesn't work. Yeah, once you plop, you never go back. That's it, isn't it? I think zoning still has a place. Like, there's some bits of Ilium that are zoned, but 90% of the time, plop away. Got a little bit of overlap in here to deal with. See if I can just push you slightly in. How about you, Picana? Are you still playing CS1? Or are you full exclusive CS2 these days? I haven't opened the zoning tool in years. I think everyone's waiting for Nomus Towns only, zone only challenge then, isn't it? Nomus. Only zones? And you have to build a full city. Without plopping. This is a very fused block here. A little park prop here as well. Yeah, all CS2, utterly addicted. I wish I could get addicted Picana. I really do. I don't know if you heard that conversation a moment ago, but we said like, I like it, but I don't love it. I can't sit there for hours yet. It's mainly performance and graphics that stop me from sinking thousands in. One day. Hopefully as Ice Fleet de-optimize a lot of Colossal Order's decisions, it will improve somewhat for me. Having said that, I do thoroughly enjoy building Euclid in vanilla, so I obviously enjoy it to some degree. I'd lose my mind. I imagine you would, Nomis, especially seeing the sort of stuff you build. Yes, I imagine you would lose your mind. Okay, I think we missed a little gap here. Let's find a little 2D passet here. Commercial, probably. Could do the tall Shibuya asset in there. That works really nicely, doesn't it? Really love these Shibuya commercials. They're very inner city, like Prada vibe, aren't they? Okay. And does CSO still have a problem where the simulation dies after you hit a certain population? There's current simulation bugs, quite a few with them, but they're being patched all the time. The thing you hope stops is when they patch bugs, they don't reintroduce 5 other ones, which has been the recurring theme for the last 2 years. But they'll fix 5 bugs and 5 more appear. But I don't know, the simulation's dead most of the time for me anyway, WJ. So actually deciphering what bug is causing it is kind of impossible. Yeah, we'll see. Gotta grab all those sweet assets. What a difference they make now. Yeah, CS1's got a really good official asset pool, as does 2, to be fair. The community and the devs do a good job of keeping things varied, so you don't keep seeing the same thing over and over again. Probably not much you can do in performance without some expensive PC upgrades, I guess. There is that argument for Kana, but at the same time, my 3080 Ti will absolutely blitz Arc Raiders at 120 frames a second, but CS2 will tank and chug and glitch and flicker. I think they have a lot of leeway in actually improving the game's experience so it runs better on machines. Has Iceplate released any patch at all? No, there's been 2 blogs from them, City Corner 1 and 2. You can read up on those to see what's coming in their first patch, which I imagine isn't very far away. I'm still waiting for an optimization patch for CS2. Well, in those City Corners, they mentioned that lighting and optimization and general graphical lighting performances are top of the list, so I hope that they will actually do that. It's as cool as it was to see all those content creator packs, or the cities around the world packs, whatever they called it. Like, I enjoyed them and they're amazing, but the game needs quality of life significantly more than it needs new content. And I'm really hoping that's Iceplate's attitude for at least the next year, to give us, just to smooth out the pain, you know? Just don't make it painful. That's all I ask. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They've made a good first impression. Their patches of, well, their blogs have been good. Actually, we can go read one if you want. Hold on, let me pull them up. Because I don't think I've actually read the second one. Yeah, here you go. Let me pause here. I'll zoom in here so you guys can see it a bit better. So upcoming gameplay updates. So I made a video on the first one of these. You can go check it out if you're interested. It's only like 5 minutes long. So yeah, there you go. They talked 2 weeks ago. They want to go through more additions and bug fixes that'll be included in the next patch. Should deep dive into details, life and death. So until now, the Grim Reaper's been working hard, but Sims were only dying between 12 o'clock and 6 AM, which you might have noticed as massive death waves. Yokeley is almost certainly suffering from this bug. I can't fix Yokeley's death issue. I've tried a million different solutions. We've adjusted the system so the deaths are now more distributed evenly over time and don't happen at the exact same time. This means more work for the Grim Reaper, but less for your hearses. So more people will die, but spread out over the day. In addition, the citizens in easy mode were breaking record lifespans, and in some instances were refusing to die. So the Sims were just eternal. So this is why I don't pay any attention to the simulation, because you don't know what's working as intended and what isn't, and there's no real way to tell until the devs tell us what's wrong. Choose the settings. When making big changes, you want to make sure all of you have the option to choose. People wanted to keep the look of the other UI, which they mentioned in the first city corner. Massively reducing bike numbers. Although bikes are good for the environment, sometimes you wish there were fewer of them. This is why we have now reduced the amount of bike traffic by 80%. And then they have before and after screenshots here. I would argue maybe this is a little too much to go, like if this was busy before and then it goes down to just 2 bikes, so maybe that's argument to be over nerfed, possibly. 80% seems quite heavy. But we'll see what 80% actually feels like when we play, I suppose. And then they spoke about some changes to the terraforming sensitivities, so you're not ripping your map apart as quickly. Which is fine, I guess. It's very light quality of life. That I had no major issues with the terrain tools, to be honest. I want a square brush. A square brush would be nice. Pest control. So, on top of other things, a couple of new visual improvements is really what I want to see here. Visual improvements. Screen flickering is a major problem, especially at sunset and nighttime. Like really, really bad. And then some of the bugs are still investigating and working on performance issues, which again is mentioned, which is very handy. I really like that they've mentioned this again. Trains getting stuck at borders. This happens in CS1 as well, to be fair. And then visual ghosting with the DLS, which is a major problem. I really suffer badly with this one. You've probably seen it quite a lot in the Yoakley episodes if you follow it. That it's really bad. It's terrible. I get so many comments on that. And this is also a setting that resets itself at random, which which makes it even worse. They go on and say they know there are still a lot of bugs that I've reported, and we haven't found a way to fix them all. They're actively working on it. So yeah, they're saying all the right words, I think, is the way to breathe it in for them, you know? So yeah, we'll see what they say. We'll see how it goes and see what they do, really. Cool. Right, guys, we're coming up to just over 2 hours here now, and I need to go sort Coco and then get back to recording Project Skylines. So I think before we take on another massive project, we'll leave this stream there. What stream do you guys want on Thursday? What do you want to see? You can choose while you're all here at the end. And we will say goodbye from our new inner city plaza, actually. Open up some really wonderful new towers. Really love how this plaza turned out, by the way. It's great, isn't it? Hey Poplar, we're just about to close up, mate. Again, another wonderful map maker. You guys all know Poplar, of course. I'm about to go play his map right now. Recording Project Skylines. And there are some nice smaller changes, it looks like, but don't see the big changes. Yeah, I guess we'll just give them time. I don't want to say that they can't fix it or they won't fix it, because you've got to give them an opportunity to show what they can do. But initial decisions, I think, are moving in the right direction, I would say. Ilos or Fessia, more vanilla CS1. Fessia, Ilos, more console. Seems like we're getting a good start. Yeah, we'll see a Poplar, won't we? We'll see what that first patch is like. I'm actually not sure we'll live stream game, but we could try a cheeky bit of mana lords. I don't mind doing some mana lords streaming. There's some achievements I wouldn't mind going for on mana lords, actually. The merchant achievement. Maybe we can do that on stream. Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing some mana lords. Sankoku. Yeah, we could do the Sankoku city, actually. And we could do a Project Skylines live stream, you know, because there's fucking loads on that map we can do in detail in streams. We might do some CS2 streaming. We'll see. We'll see. Yoakley essentially can't be live streamed now because I can't stream it and run that city at the same time over 100,000 population. It'll just destroy me. it'll set my PC on fire. So Yoakley streams are essentially off the table now. The city's too big. Thessia is great. Mana Lords, Thessia. Okay. Shouts for Thessia and Mana Lords. Okay. I'll let you know then, guys. Join the Discord and have notifications on the channel if you want to join the next live stream, which will be on Thursday at 1 PM UK, if you want to come and hang out. Huge shout out to everyone hanging out today. Nomis, Bacana, Gaza, WJ, Johnny, Mr. Nitch, Gaza, DKB. Amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. Appreciate you all. And for Miner and Brassac for hanging out and modding as well. I appreciate you. There will be no Yoakley episode tomorrow because I'm working on Project Skylines this week, which is immense and seemingly never ending. So I'm hoping I'm going to have that ready for Friday. If not, I imagine it'll be Saturday morning release. And then hopefully next week I will be back into the normal rhythm of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I've just had some other projects I've been working on recently that have eaten up a lot of my time. But otherwise, I'll see you on Thursday. As always. enjoy the rest of your day.